I've got my old scuba here, so I'm right at home. Yeah.
Fair enough, mate. Big year for you last year. Did you manage to take a second during the off-season to enjoy it and reflect and take it all in?
Yeah, it probably sort of the times, it's either taking a motorbike out or driving up to Muriwai. Got to spend a bit of time just reflecting, and yeah, it was such a hard year sort of to come into, sort of in terms of 2023 and how hard that was. But I think for me that was a blessing to go through that, and then yeah, come out the other side just real motivated, and ended up just
physically. It was the best you've looked, in my opinion.
Yeah.
What sort of work did you put in?
Oh, just big change in nutrition, staying away from the likes of the chocolate and the fast food, and just water, Coke Zero. It was just.
Did you change up your training though? Because you did spend some time with Souths.
Yes.
Was it a good change? Yeah,
I think the South one was more because I'm such a massive fan of them, and also just being away for so long and training by myself. Just wanted to get sort of inspired in a sense to be back in a team environment. So watching them train, seeing how competitive they are, just brought another edge to sort of what I wanted to bring. And then on top of that, it was just, I couldn't have done it alone. So I was with the likes of Roger, Tuivasa Shek, and our group of friends who I trained with pretty much every day, or every second day we were just running or gymming. So and even him, he's the ultimate competitor as well, where if he was beating me in running or beating me in the gym, he'd let me know. So I bet his Bronco time. So I was like, haha, I got the last laugh. But no, it was just real good.
Even now he's at the Warriors, you guys are still training together and doing bits and bobs?
Yeah, so even when I came back from overseas and he was training with a lot of the boys, I just jumped in their sessions, and their running's real different. A lot of turns and a lot of
down-ups.
Yeah, exactly. So it helped me in a way as a winger. So I was real lucky to be amongst those guys.
Looking back at 2024 and the success that the Blues had, like where do you think it all came from? With a bit of chance to look back at it.
Yeah, I think new coaching staff that brought a different mentality. We've always had great coaches over the years, and it just sort of Vern brought this, I don't know, this new edge where he's just real old school. And I think, with us as the Blues, we have so many different personalities, when I think we just needed one that just aligned us all. And, he brought that sternness, stern Vern. And, he showed us clips of how well when we play. And this was clips over the years of the Blues. And it just showed us how we wanted to play, and we kept trying to go away from that and play differently. So he just brought in, he's like, this is how we're going to play. And it took us probably maybe a few rounds to actually get it right. But by the middle of the season, I think we just knew how to play, and it was a lot up front, winning it up front, and us wingers getting off our wings and actually helping. So
I'm obviously still friends with a lot of boys in the squad. No one said a bad word about him. It's like he has there's an empathy to him that other people can't see.
Yeah.
From the outside looking in, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, everyone knows him as Stern Vern, but we said it before, Rico, Dalton and I, that he's just such a caring person. He'll be hard on you, it's because he cares. I remember, and I spoke about it before, one of my first trainings back, I remember I was holding the edge, and like we were training, and I was like just standing out there, and he goes, stops everything, goes, Caleb, what the F are you doing out there? And I went, oh, I'm holding the space. He goes, get off your wing and get in there. And I went, oh, yo. And after that, it sort of broke the ice between us, because I remember having conversations with Joe Schmidt when he first got announced, when Vern first got announced, and I was like, what's he like? Schmidt, tell me. He goes, oh, Caleb, he's real old school. And I was just like, man, I struggle with old school. I talk too much. I have so much energy. But nah, Vern he's just real caring. And once he gets to you, he's just, again, caring.
It's interesting you say get off your wing, because it did feel like that was a growth in your game last season. Mark normally does it. He's always in and around. But even with the All Blacks, you were always hovering in and around that, right? Yeah.
I underestimated how much it actually helps the forwards as well. Like you guys are crashing and bashing, and I was just waiting for the ball on the outside. But once we get in there and we're in the nitty gritty, it just firstly upped my work rate, and then just realizing how much it helps, I just fell in love with it. And yeah, I think Vernon.
It's worked for you.
Yeah. I was like, man, this is what forwards feel like. But then I run back to my wing after.
Unfortunately, we don't look like you and we're not as fast as you.
Yeah. I remember doing one pick and go, and then like my ear got scratched. I'm getting Caleb ears. No.
Get some headgear on.
Yeah.
Get some headgear on.
Drain my ear. And he goes, you just cut it. And I went, oh yeah, that's right. And ran back to my wing.
How do you choose when you come in and help out? And, how does that decision get made?
Yeah, I actually had a lot of conversations about that too. I think once I know I'm not a threat on that left side, go be a threat somewhere else. And that's what he made me believe. He sat me down, he's like, Caleb, you're a threat when you're around the ball. If you just stand on your wing, you're doing nothing for the team. And I just went, okay. So pretty much now, if the ball's not coming my way or there's no opportunities, go look for it somewhere else. And so it was such a simple answer, even though I overcomplicated it in my own head. And so after that, just sort of ran with it.
Is there a trust element to that as well? Because you've got to know that someone's going back to where you are, right?
Yeah.
So that's got to be a big part of you being able to get in there.
So it's a real balance. And I think that's the beauty of, especially with the Blues, there's a lot of us that have been playing a long time with each other. And so, like the likes of the midfield, to balance it out, if we run and go and then they have to come out, but then we also know when to swap back. Normally it's Riggs yelling at me, get back on your wing. I'm like, okay, sorry. But it's just, you have that balance, and that takes time to sort of develop.
But Rico knows how to defend on the wing as well,
exactly.
So you're in a pretty good place, right?
Yeah, I was like, hey mate, you are a world-class winger too, remember that, so you can do that.
Yeah.
Nice. Is there anywhere else that you're looking at your game that you're like, okay, I want to add in? We've seen the high ball takes, we've seen you getting more involved. Where are the other places that you're looking to take it to another level?
Defense is always a work in progress for me. I think last year was a little bit better than sort of my years before, but still just wanting to be in the right spots, making the right defensive reads. I remember just doing dumb stuff and shooting out for no reason, and just exposing our back line. That's one thing that I hate doing now. So just keep sort of working on that, and then also just the kicking game, not just long kicks, but chip and chase. We see nowadays where fullbacks are coming in quite early, so just putting it in behind, things like that. So still developing and working with Dan Halangahu on that. So he's been helping me a lot.
Hangers.
Yeah, hangers. Good old Harbour guy.
Harbour, mate.
Yeah,
There's a smile there. There's a story in that smile.
Oh, he's just a good man. He's a good man.
So no, that's good.
Fair enough. What else are you getting up to, mate, when you're not, preparing for a season, and obviously a big season for the Blues? You mentioned going out to the beach and jumping on the motorbike. How did you develop a passion for motorbikes and for cruising on those?
I actually have to thank Roger and Johnny Tuivasa-Sheck for that. They both ride, and I remember when I first met them back in about 2020, we just were like all at the house, and they're like, do you ride a bike? And I went, yeah, my pedal bike. Yeah. The what bike? But they're like, no, like motorbikes. I was like, no, I don't think I ever have. And they both taught me how to ride just a Ninja, a Kawasaki, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is so mean. Like, I just fell in love with it more because you're just having to focus on riding. You can't think of anything else. And I think at the time I'd just come off sort of the disappointment of sevens and trying to go down that road. And so riding kind of just shut that all off. And so after that, just fell in love with it, and now I've got 3 bikes. 3 bikes, and probably going to get another one, but just still falling in love with just riding and getting away from everything.
So you're a guy who needs just some empty space.
Yeah.
Just a chance to...
Don't we all?
Yeah. We were just talking about voices in our heads just before, and yeah, I got heaps too. It's random stuff. So yeah, I think it's just awesome way just to switch off and just to be in the moment. That's why I love it so much.
I just want to revisit something you said earlier, because I think it's really interesting. Everyone's talked about Vern Cotter and his methods and how it's very European.
Yeah.
The fact that actually he's tapped into the Blues DNA is really, really interesting. I hadn't heard that summation of it before. I suppose it's easy to say he's been to Europe and he's come back and you're playing hard in the forwards and you've got a strong kicking game. When you guys saw that was your DNA, were you surprised?
It was like half, eh? It was just like, because he showed clips of us doing it right and also clips of us playing and doing it wrong. And so he would show clips of us in 2020 or us like the Blues back in the day and saying like, look, it's still the same from then to now of how well you can be if you just play like this. And we're like, yeah, why are we not doing it? So it all just came together.
I'm sorry. I tried the water.
No.
Couldn't get it. Sorry.
So no, it all just came together, and he brought that European style, but like the power game is the Blues. The power game was us all along, but we just didn't do it.
The thing I loved about it was you know what it's like. You'd preview the Crusaders. You knew what was coming, but it was hard to stop. It was almost like the Blues last year. You didn't change style ever. You knew what was coming, but it was just that bully boy tactic was just too good.
And I think that's where he did so well at tapping into not just us as players, but also our own personalities. Like everyone knows in the Blues or the Blues region, there's so much talent, and you don't have to look far to get people that are gonna play razzle dazzle. But he went in and wanted to make sure we're gonna work hard. He did not want just one style of play or one type of player where you're just going to be razzle dazzle. He was making sure we're working really hard for each other. And so I think that's where he really balanced us right, in the sense where even going back to that Schmitty conversation of how old school and how stern he is, I was like, man, and you think of our team with all our different personalities and how current we are, we'll see how this goes. And it worked out really well. So yeah, I think that was the cool part about it.
Can you bring him along for the ride? Like, is he, would he be going to Luke Combs with Jipper? Like, is he...
You know what's funny about him? If he gets any free time, he just goes back to his farm down the Bay of Plenty. Is this Vernon? Or? Yeah. So he loves his home. So he just goes home every time. And I swear, I think he celebrated with us after the final. And then I saw him start walking off. And I was like, oh, where are you going, bro? And he goes, nah, I got an early drive. I'm back to the farm tomorrow. And I was just like, okay. This is crazy. Yeah.
Just given Auckland history and off to the farm.
Yeah. Cows to milk.
Yeah.
He loves it, Like, he loves his home. And we watched the video of him taking around the Blue social media. And I was like, okay, you can see why he loves going back so much, because I think he's the same, where he just loves being with him and his family. And
it's probably like riding for him, though.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Just that clear air and just clear the head.
It's cool, just seeing him get to do his thing.
Okay, a player in your squad that you're really excited about. Is there someone who's coming through this team that everyone needs to take notice of?
I have two in my head now, and they're both young players, so they just came, but Caleb Clarke. He's come from Sevens. I got to see a bit of him when I was down in Sevens as well, but you just see how quick he is, how versatile, especially as a loosie. That's what you need, a bit of speed, a bit of height. I think I saw him not too long ago. He's put on the muscle too, so I think he's someone that would replace Aki now that Aki's gone really well. And then also Peyton Spencer, and I think everyone always talks around, he's the son of Carlos, but he is a kind of the same, but also real different game. He's a lot taller than Carlos and a bit bigger, so he's got the speed. He's an outside back, and I'm just real looking forward to running off him and running alongside him.
Fullback wing? Does he have a preference?
I'm not too sure, but
what would you say?
I look at him like a fullback, yeah, because he's got the kicking game, got the running game, and we were in the mount for like a day, and we just finished running. I was with Roger and a couple of our good friends, and then when we were leaving, he showed up with Carlos, and we kind of stayed and we're at the cafe across the road, and I was watching him run, and I was just like, damn, that boy can move. So I was like, yeah, sweet, I'll just try to run alongside him and try to keep up. So
and that was just Carlos.
yeah, so it was good. It was just real cool, and they're two exciting players to watch.
So there's a World Cup final coming up in a few months, and you've been granted the opportunity to pick a current player, a former player, and a coach. Who are you going to take along with you?
I'll start with coach, and I'll just say, can Vernon come?
Yeah,
I'll take Vernon. So Vernon's one. Former player?
You're related to a pretty good one.
Yeah, any rugby answer everyone wants to hear, Dad. So I'll try to think of someone else. Is they all at their prime too? Like
Yeah,
prime?
man, whatever you want it to be. Any player.
Oh, because I would say like prime Brian Habana. Like I'd love to be like prime current player. Oh, my teammate Tamati Williams. Bro, he's my roomie. But front row, I feel so bad. They don't get the recognition they deserve.
Oh, you're talking my language.
Hey.
You're talking my language.
See?
Oh.
The mighty, all right? See?
God bless you, Caleb. God bless you.
A former player, James Parsons. I'll take Jibba.
No, take a banner.
Yeah. No, but that would be my three.
Nice. What do you like about Tamaiti?
Oh, I think the first time we roomed together was our bye week in the World Cup, and we went to Bordeaux, and we were good mates, but we didn't really hang out until we became roommates, and we just got along. He's someone of faith as well, so our room was just always playing like church music. And then he's someone that can sleep through anything, and I'm someone who has to sleep really late. So he's like, I was like, bro, this is perfect. Like, he doesn't snore. And then, like, I think carrying on into this year as well, he had a young family. So even just hearing how he is, not as a person, but as a father as well, it was just real special to see. And so he's just an awesome person, and he's back in Auckland now, so we're about to go play golf sometime.
Oh, golf. Good.
But just
Into it.
trying to change my personality.
Can I just say though, like, can you just probably elaborate how important a roommate is for performance?
Oh, well, like, it's so underrated and overlooked. Like, people don't realize that you have to get along with someone to be able to, or you have to, your not scheduling, but like just how you are as people have to sort of sync in order to get the best out of you. Like, you're playing like in front of thousands of people, and you want to be in the right state of mind. You don't want to have to worry about what your roomie's going to do, or like if this is disrupting him. So yeah, it just plays such a big role that people don't really realize. And yeah, lucky at the All Blacks, you can kind of ask, especially if you've been in for like a little bit, you can ask. Even at the Blues, you just hit up Friday and say, oh, can I room with him or him? So if at the Blues, I'd normally room with Doltz or something, but he's captain, so he gets his own room. So it's all good. Whatever.
Fair enough. Hey, mate, thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks,
Really
guys.
appreciate it.